It'll be one to go this time by. Coming to the green, buddy, coming to the green. Let's go get him. Go, 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 go.
Get your motor running. Head out on the highway.
We're pleased to be joined in the infield media center with Dale Jarrett, driver of the number 44 UPS Toyota, 1999 NASCAR Sprint Cup Series champion. And for the final time tomorrow night, Dale will be in the seat as a NASCAR race car driver. He's meant a lot to the sport, been a great ambassador, a great champion, and we thought we'd bring him in here for a couple minutes to let's let everybody talk to him. And I guess the first question I have to ask to you, Dale, I know you're going to be driving that big brown truck tomorrow night. I've seen you do it on TV before, but your thoughts as you reflect back on a career that certainly has not only been outstanding, but one that many fans have been touched by. What's your thoughts about this whole weekend?
Well, you know, the weekend, as I think back on the career, I guess there's one word that comes to mind, and it's just fortunate that I was able to be a part of a great sport in a time that it probably was gaining its biggest growth over the years, and not because I was a part of it. I was just lucky to be a part of it, and so it's very fortunate. The weekend is, you know, this is it. So, you know, all of the other times that we talked about it, it was, you know, the end of points racing, and now we're at the end. So I've had a lot of time to reflect back over a lot of very good things that have happened to me in my career, and discuss those with a lot of people. And again, I just have been very lucky to be a part of this, and to have what I consider a very successful career.
If you have questions for Dale, raise your hand. We'll bring you the wireless. We'll start right here with questions.
Hi, Dale. Tom Jensen, SpeedTV.com. Now that the time's actually here, how emotional are you, and how tough is it to know that you're going to buckle in that car for the last time?
Yeah, it's difficult. You know, it's been easy to talk about, but to be honest, it's been, you know, even leading up to this week, I had a lot of time to reflect, but this week has been, you know, extremely busy with a lot of things going on, and it's getting more difficult by the day to know that this is going to be it. But it's the right thing to do. It's not that I'm having any second thoughts. It's just difficult in knowing that when I get out of the car Saturday night, that's the last time that I will ever compete at this level. And you know, you can do a lot of fun things, and you know, I can go to the golf course and have great matches, but nothing will ever match the kind of excitement that you get from driving the race car and being able to compete at this level. So it's tough, but again, it's the right decision, and I'm looking forward to the future.
Got a question here on the front row, and then we'll move to the second row. Go ahead.
Jerry Bunkowski, Yahoo Sports. Dale, are you going to say never, or is there a chance that maybe somewhere down the road you might, you know, come back up for a race or two?
Yeah, I mean, I hate to use the word never, but I have no plans whatsoever of getting back in the car, and I can't even come up with a scenario. And I've said a couple of times that, you know, the only reason I would even consider it would be because of something that UPS wanted me to do, and I, you know, I've talked with them a number of times, and you know, they've given me no hint that anything like that would come about, so I don't think that it is. It's just, you know, if I sit here and say never, and who knows what happens, I don't know. But, you know, it won't, if I would come back, it's not going to be for any length, but no, I'm not getting back in. That's my plan right now, and I just don't see anything changing that. I've told this to my family, and I've told it to the fans, and I think that whenever you tell them things like this, that you need to hold to that. And you know, it would be really easy. I mean, I've already had calls from other owners saying, hey, you know, would you consider maybe looking at the beginning of next year? You know, we know that, you know, that opportunity might be here for you, and yeah, it would probably be just a crazy amount of money, but that's not what's ever driven me. And you know, hell, I've made more than I was going to say more I could spend, but my wife and kids do a good job of that, so maybe I haven't done that. But and not to mention that I have a huge commitment to ESPN, and that's probably as much as anything the commitment that I made to them. That when I drive this race tomorrow night, that my focus then would turn to being the best announcer that I could be.
Go ahead, Kenny.
Kenny Bruce, NASCAR Scene. Dale, I was going to ask if you were ready to say never, but obviously you answered that. Can you explain what it's been like for you once you got out of the car? I mean, what have you done? Have you had any contact with racing, or have you tried to not, to do something else?
Yeah, I purposely tried to stay away. Obviously, I had commitments for ESPN at some of the nationwide races since Bristol. I was at Texas, I was at Phoenix, and I was at Talladega. And so I have to keep in touch with the sport in that way. Not only that, but I have to keep up with what's going on because our coverage starts in July, and it's pretty extensive at that time with the nationwide and the Cup side, and obviously we're getting into a battle for the championship. So I want to stay up on what's going on. So I can't sit here and tell you that I've sat down and watched all the races because I haven't done that. I can't. There's not one of the races since I've been out of the car, and I guess maybe that's 6 races that I've watched the entire race. The last 2 Saturday nights, I've called about the last 75 or 80 laps of the race, but they were for different reasons. I was at my daughter's soccer game and got home just in time to see the end of Darlington the other night. And so, but I have stayed away a lot, but I've kept in touch with some people that I'm pretty close to just to kind of see what's going on in the sport and what changed there because my next life here is going to require me to know a lot more of that stuff even, and so I've tried to do that. But I've spent some time playing golf. I've been to Florida twice playing in golf events that if I was still driving the car, I've had offers to go to those 2 events, but couldn't do that because of the commitment to the race car. So it's been nice to get away and have that time and see another side of life. And on the weekends that I've been home, if I wanted to sleep in a little bit late and get up with the kids and go for a late breakfast, I was able to do that. I've heard about people doing that, but I hadn't been able to do it. And then go to church on Sunday morning and go to an early church service and be at the golf course by 10 o'clock and I could play 18 holes and still get home in time to get Zach to his baseball practice and be a part of that with him. So I've seen just another side that I knew was there but haven't been able to experience, and now that I am, and I really enjoy it.
Got another question on the front here.
Jerry Bunkowski, Yahoo Sports again. It seems like you're doing this cut and dry. It's done. You're over with. Why is it difficult for other guys like a Bill Elliott, a Mark Martin, or even Terry Labonte's coming back now? I mean, why is it difficult? What is the lure that brings them back in your mind?
Yeah, I'm not sure that I can answer for them. I mean, it's just we're competitors, and that's what we've done, and just cutting off with is difficult, and I know that there's going to be times that I'm going to look back and say, wow, maybe I should have kept going at this, but again, I know in the long run it's the right decision for me, and we're all different as to what drives us. I have other things that are going to keep me busy, because I do a lot with my kids, and I do love to play golf. So if I can get another day of that, then I'm happy with that too, and plus the side of it, the announcing side, I realize that that's going to become extremely busy, and those guys haven't gotten involved in that. So when I'm actually looking at my schedule starting in July, when we start with the Cup side at Indianapolis for ESPN, I'm actually spending more time, if you want to call it work, but doing my job than if I were driving the race car. So it's just a huge commitment there. So I think that's helping me a lot. And the other side of it is, and again, we're all different, and this isn't saying anything about how they think, but I've always been, when I set my mind on something, that's what I'm going to do. And I think I got a lot of that from my dad. And when I decided that I was going to make changes in my career, that's what I was going to do. And once I got to that point, and now this is the change of ending it now. And so I'm 100% behind it.